One question we're seeing many of you ask on our 11 Alive Facebook page is why Russia is doing this. It is complicated, but it breaks down to three main points. First, the big one, it's Russia versus the West. Since the Cold War, NATO has been expanding closer and closer to Russia. The U.S. is part of this international military alliance, which now includes 30 countries. 5 of them share some kind of border with Russia. Ukraine has been pushing to be a part of NATO. Putin has requested that Ukraine be denied as he views NATO's closeness to its borders as a direct threat to national security. The second key factor in this is fuel. It's been an explosive issue between Russia and Ukraine for years now. NBC News pointing out that Russia still controls about a third of the gas supply for the entire European Union. Half of that flows through a pipeline in Ukraine.
Russia is the second largest oil producer globally. Basically, their production is the equivalent of 10% of global supplies. Well, the cost of oil really affects a lot of different commodities. Things like jet fuel, diesel fuel will go up, the price of propane. So really anything attached to oil will likely see an increase.
The third reason military experts believe Putin wants to overtake Ukraine, it's Putin just being Putin. He once again called the breakup of the Soviet Union the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the last century and has devoted his presidency to restoring Moscow's global influence. Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union before its collapse. President Biden saying today that Putin wants to create an empire and establish the former Soviet Union. Historians say this is exactly Putin's MO, to force the U.S. and other countries to re-engage with him. And for his part, the Russian president claims the attack is intended to protect civilians who've been subjected to bullying and genocide, a quote, denazification of a country with a Jewish leader. World leaders are now demanding he fully withdraw his troops from Ukraine while promising even harsher sanctions against Russia. We will have much more on that coming up at 5:30.